want to start this interview. We both really appreciate you, Stevie, for being a guest on our show, the Chit Chat Chew Show. We want to welcome everyone to the Chit Chat Chew Show. Today is Monday, January the 8th, 2018. We hope everybody enjoyed their weekend. We also hope everyone enjoyed their day today. Our guest for this evening is Stevie. Do you pronounce it Aisha or Aisha?
Aisha.
Okay, Stevie Aisha Mills. And she is awesome. I found her through Facebook, of course. And I'm really interested in knowing more about you from the personal end as well as from the business end. I just want to be able to read a little bit, and then after that, we would like for you to tell us a little bit about you personally, and then we'll get into your why and the type of business that you're in. Okay. So Just Stevie is a CEO, a speaker, television and radio host, best-selling author. It says, Stevie Aisha Mills embraces a culture where fun is not just a niche. It is a necessity. Stevie is a native of Greensboro, North Carolina, and a proud graduate of North Carolina A&T State University, where Aggie pride reigns. Her formal education consists of a BA in Public Relations and an MS in Human Resources. However, Stevie's real-life experience have made her a well-known social media influencer and gained her the title the Chief IT Factor Cultivator. A woman unashamed to incorporate tons of fun into her life and business, all the while declaring, I love my life, has made Stevie a highly sought out speaker and consultant. So with that said, Stevie, let us know a little bit about, tell us something about yourself personally.
Wow. Thank you for allowing me to be here tonight. I definitely want to say that. And so personally, let's see. I'll explain my name because I always get people always ask me about that. Stevie, of course, is named after Stevie Wonder. Aisha is Aisha Morris, Stevie Wonder's daughter's name. So my name is Stevie Aisha. My daddy is a musician. He's been with the same band for over 30 years. He has a band called Sweet Dreams. They are based out of North Carolina, but he's been on various stages with Sting and the Police and, Mike Phillips and all kinds of musicians from here and there and everywhere who people would know. And so that's how I got my name. That's very personal. And I remember not liking my name. I didn't want to be Stevie. It's kind of a big name for a little girl when you're in first grade.
Yeah,
When everybody else is having different names. So that's my it factor is truly, that's part of the whole brand, my name. So that's something personal to start off with.
Now, do you personally listen to these particular musicians? Like, I know that you were surrounded by that growing up, but are these people you actually listen to outside of being around it?
I love music. So I definitely listen to Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
Definitely. I definitely listen to Mike Phillips. I love Mike Phillips. If you guys don't know who Mike Phillips is out there in this audience, you need to know who he is. He's awesome. I listened to, when I was little, we went Sting and Police. So I listened to a variety. It's so funny because I don't know if y'all know who Andy Grammer is, but I'm an Andy Grammer fan.
Okay. Okay.
Where's Andy Grammer from? Is this person from a particular group or this a solo act?
He's a solo artist. He's a Caucasian man who sings like some interesting. It's kind of, I don't even know what genre he would be in. But he definitely is somebody who I think is dope. I like good vibes, right? So Andy Grammer definitely is somebody he's just fun. So you gotta listen to him one day.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
Definitely.
I'm open to it. Andy Grammer.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yes.
Okay,
yes. So
I'll check it out.
I just like a variety of music. I definitely do. I think music is indeed life. And I dance as far as like if I'm in a bad mood, I'm a dance. If I'm in a good mood, I'm a dance. So I listen to a lot of various artists, independent and mainstream.
Okay.
That's what's up.
And one of the things that attracted me to you, as I had told you earlier, is that I've been following you. I tell a lot, there's not a whole lot of people I follow and that I can identify or appreciate, but those that I do, I might be quiet in the background and may not always have a comment, but I'm definitely listening to the content that you put out. And I had stated to you that I definitely love the content that you put out. It's very interesting. It's motivating. It's, to me, genuine, because as we know, a lot of people on and off of Facebook, they can say a whole lot, but really they're not what they appear to be on social media or even face to face, you know, and I just like people who are genuine, because then I can identify with you. I can't identify when you're being fake. I just got to be honest. So, and as well as that we share the same name.
Yes.
So my mother.
Oh, so y'all think y'all son because y'all share the
Aisha Club. Aisha.
Being raised in Philadelphia as well as Jersey being my hometown by birth certificate, but I was raised in Jersey and Philly equally. My mother named me, now she says Aisha, but living in Philly, they say Aisha. So I pronounce it two ways, and of course it's spelled the same way as you.
So the dialect can change.
Yeah. So she got my name from a Arabic movie that she saw, of course, back in the day, and she liked it. Of course, growing up, I was teased with the name Aisha because at that time, no one had ever heard of, oh, that's such a funny name. Aisha, ooh, that's so funny. And actually used to get picked on amongst other things, but that was one of the things being picked on with. And like yourself, I grew up in a musically inclined family. My mother was in two singing groups. One was the Marquise with Lenny Welch in it, and another one was a all-girl group called the Endeavors. So like you, I love a mixture of music, different genres and things of that. And so the music that's out today is a big question mark with me with a lot of it, because I can't relate, because I can't understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
And like you, music
doesn't have meaning.
Doesn't have meaning or substance. Yeah. Music for me feeds my soul. I need to be able to identify with it, you know?
And able to feel it too.
Right. And like you said, whether it's a good day or a bad day, you turn on that music and it's just like it takes you somewhere else. You kind of forget the reason why you were feeling the way that you were feeling. So I definitely can identify with that. And I know you come from musically inclined family as well.
Yeah, I definitely come from musically inclined family. I mean, my mother being involved in the radio DJ scene, and my father was in a group back in the day, way before time, back in the 50s. Mm-hmm. So listening to a lot of stuff my mama used to play, and then being around certain people who's in the entertainment, and then my father being in entertainment years ago, and then being exposed to all kinds of music, you know, it was a wonderful experience for me, you know. So as I got older, I was able to adapt to a lot of different genres. I wasn't just stuck to one thing. Like I loved all kind of music. Rather it could be a pop song, it could be a soul song, it could be a house track, it could be a rap song, it could be R&B, rather it's old school, new school. Like, so I was supposed to a mixture of music. Awesome. Even rock music.
Right. Yeah. Oh, definitely. So I see that we all come from a background of being musically inclined. I also just noticed while we all were talking that we're all wearing glasses. I thought that was just so unique. Like we're all three of us are wearing glasses, right? That is so awesome.
Revenge of the nerds.
So what you say? Right. So are you a family woman?
Oh, yes. I'm family oriented. I don't have my own kids. I don't have a husband yet. The guys don't bring me one.
Okay, it's all happening.
Okay, fellas. Stevie is on the market now.
Y'all
So
hear us? Stevie's on.
I have a boo.
Don't
I have a
want
boyfriend, but we're not married yet.
Okay. All right, Tom.
No rush. There's no rush.
Yes, no rush. But I love family. My dad is one of 9.
Oh wow.
My mom is one of 3. And on my dad's side, it's funny because I'm always into this mix of family, right? I'm the only oldest, meaning my mama didn't have any more children, just me. And my dad, I'm the oldest of his. We don't do half sisters. So call her my full sister. And then I have 2 stepsisters. So on my dad's side, I have all these cousins. I think the last count is about 40, and then it's probably more than that. And then on my mom's side, I'm the youngest in the whole family, and that's an interesting dynamic because it's all women and one man in the whole family. And it's about 6 of us in that family. So it is interesting. I've always had the best of both worlds, and I love family, though. I think it's a amazing thing, and even the man I date is like, you got to get along with my family. If you don't, then there's no future for us, because I believe so wholeheartedly into family.
Okay.
I agree with that. I mean, yeah, it's a test. Because I mean, if you marry somebody, that's not only be someone right for you, but then he got to be right with the family too. Like, he got to be able to mesh with them. Like, have that bond with not just you, but the family too.
True.
That's
very true. Well, that's and
I've dated people.
Huh?
I was gonna say I've dated people who my family didn't like, and that's not. They didn't like them, and it's a weird dynamic. So this one, I'm glad that he gets along with the people.
Okay. Oh, well, my fault. You're definitely right about that. I'm big on family as well. My immediate family is small. I'm the only child myself. My mother only had me, and my dad had other children, but one I'm aware of, because it's a hush hush thing, but it's all good. So yeah, besides myself, my mother, and my 2 children, family means everything to me. I have a huge extended family, but my immediate family means so much. And of course, like you guys said, when you're dating or in a marriage or whatever the case, however that relationship is set up, it's very important, because if you think you're just going to get along with me and you're not going to get along with family, because with anything, you have the good and the bad that comes along.
You're going to have to come across them.
Right.
There's no getting around that, especially if you have a close bond with your family. There's no way they can avoid that. Like, that's the point, you're going to have to meet them.
True.
Go get introduced.
True.
So yeah, it defeats the purpose. So I get it.
You gotta have tough skin, because the Mills, they don't play games. It's a whole lot of clowning that goes along. It's a whole lot of picking on everybody. It's a lot. You gotta have. I grew up in tough skin, so the man is not exempt either. So
you gotta go through the drill. He gotta prove that he who he say he is.
Exactly, and they do research.
Huh?
I said they do research too.
Oh yes.
I don't blame them, because it's too much going on. People, you don't know what kind of lives they live outside of what you know, and you don't know what their past is like. So you gotta be on top of things like that, because people can be fake. So I get it.
Okay. Any outside of your business and what you do when you have Stevie, what else do you like to do, as far as, for an example, traveling or just having some quality time? Do you feel as though also your with your busy life and your business, do you feel when you have downtime, do you feel like you're introvert, or extrovert, a combination of both?
I say I'm an extrovert with introverted moments. I am an extrovert. I am not an introvert by nature, but I do have some introverted moments. And for fun, I love to travel. I love to go to the movies. I love to go to the club, cut a two-step real quick. So those are the things that I'm real big on that. Uh-huh. Because a lot of my friends, we all work hard. It's kind of like the work hard, play hard thing. So, you know, when it is time, which we really don't take time, it's a sad thing. When you get in business and you love what you do, take the time to just chill out. That's what we do.
Okay.
Your reception breaking up, Stevie. You there, Stevie?
You there?
Yes, I'm here. For some reason, it keeps freezing. Or you guys keep freezing. I'm not sure if I need to go out and come back in or what needs to happen.
Okay. I think we're back in. We're back in. Can you hear us?
Okay.
So I want to ask another quick question. Does spirituality in general play a part in your life?
I'm here. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
We can hear you now.
We can hear you.
I'm here.
There you go.
We can hear you.
Now we see you. Okay.
Can y'all hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So if you didn't hear the question, if you didn't hear the question, I was asking does spirituality.
I'm a Christian, so Christianity does play a huge part inside.
Oops.
We here?
I hear you. Can you hear me?
So Christianity plays a huge. Yes.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna see about going out. I'm gonna see about going out and coming back in. Maybe that helps. I don't know.
Okay.
All right.
Well, we want to thank Judy, even though we can't see you. We want to thank Judy for tuning in to the Chit Chat Chew Show.
Appreciate it.
This evening with your co-host, Jade, and
your other co-host, Uno.
We appreciate you.
So we just waiting for Stevie to get a better area so the reception would be good and she can chime right back in. So 1 second, everyone. In between time, this is the Chit Chat Chew Show podcast show that airs every Monday from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So based on what time zone you're in, you're either ahead of us or behind us. But make sure that you tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. And definitely we really appreciate, you coming out. If you are, we'll announce that at the end of our show. If you're interested in being a guest on our show or perhaps know someone who would like to be a guest. Absolutely. And of
course, I did. Can y'all hear me?
We can hear you at the present time, cannot see you.
You can't see me? What in the world? See, this is when we start.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Start declaring the enemy. We go.
Yes, the enemy be busy, honey.
But anyway, the question that y'all asked me before whatever happened in this technological world that we about to cast down. I am a Christian. I definitely am. I believe in Jesus. That's just my being, but I'm not a judgmental Christian by any means. I believe that you got to work out your own salvation, honey. Some things I do are not always right, so I can't judge you.
Right.
And I am, but I grew up in Christianity. My grandmother was an evangelist in the Pentecostal Holiness Church. So when I was younger, she used to say that I would be a preacher. So some things, I got some preaching me, but yeah, that's my spiritual background.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay. Oh no.
Okay. So we have learned a little bit about you on the personal end of it. So now what we're going to do is dive right into what was your why to why you wanted to, with the titles that you have, what was your why to get into having your own business?
Woo. So I'm going to tell y'all a little bit about my story because that's going to uncover some stuff. But I was the girl who went from kindergarten to grad school, like you so eloquently read. Shouts out to the North Carolina A&T Aggies, Aggie Pride, if anybody's watching this. And so I was the girl who went from kindergarten to grad school. The next logical thing was to get a job, or so I thought. And so I did get a job. The first job out of grad school was amazing. They took me inside of this conference room, and it was for a nonprofit organization. They gave me that grant, and they said, Stevie, what can you do with this? And I was scared because I never had that kind of like power before. So I told them what I could do with it, and I was hired. I was supposed to be there for 3 months. That turned into 3 years. And it was amazing because after that 3 years, I was like, let me go get my paper now because I have these degrees and they need to be more than just cute. Mm-hmm. And so I went to a job that I thought was going to be the job. It had the 3 B's. That's what I always say. The big girl check, the benefits, and the business cards. And so I was on that job and I hated it. I didn't know what was going on. I hated that job, didn't want to be there. I was like, this is too much. And I ended up being there a year because I was scared to quit. It was the job, right? When you start getting some 5 figures, like on the job, that was good. Yeah, that was good. That's not, especially in North Carolina, that's not bad money. So I was scared to leave. And then I finally got the courage after talking to my big brother, who's still my cheerleader. I don't have any brothers, but he's my cousin. He's like my big brother. We did that, talked to my parents, talked to myself, talked to Jesus, and I got the courage to leave. But God is so funny. I will never forget the day I left my job, October 21st, 2009. And I remember that because my birthday is October 25th and my mom's birthday is October 23rd. We had a trip set for Vegas. And a couple months before that, I had asked my manager, could I have the time off? And he said, yes. It was a management change, and I got denied. And I was like, hold up. I have spent my money on this trip. I'm about to go. So let me hand in my 2 weeks notice, and I'm out. So fast forward from that, I ended up getting really, really sick. I had to have shingles. I had 3 colonoscopies within 30 days, 2 within 24 hours. I went from a size 14 to a size 0, all because of stress, because I'm a free spirit. I wasn't used to the constraints of corporate America. And so that's how I started my business back in 2009.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Wow.
It's so amazing to hear everyone, but specifically, Black women or our Black and brown women who, when you listen, a lot of times we share a lot of similar stories. And it's so awesome how a lot of us, through prayer, chanting, meditation, whatever anyone does, how we go from that 0 up to where we want to be. And it just kind of takes me back because I had shingles as well. That's why I said, I want to learn from you. And I had shingles when I was younger. Like way younger. I'm not even sure if I was a teen or preteen, but with mine, it was very serious as well. and I could have died from it. But the greater powers and creator that be said it's not your time yet because you have a life purpose to do. So I can definitely identify with that, and it's just so awesome where you've come from. Let us know about how you got into becoming a speaker.
The funny thing is, I just opened my mouth and started talking. And that's literally what happened. I opened my mouth and started talking, and people heard whatever I was saying. Like they just started asking me. I always tell people I fell into entrepreneurship. I very much identify with Forrest Gump. I'm a movie buff, so Forrest Gump's story was very cool because he just got involved. It was like almost he just found himself in these situations. And that is very much how my business was. I really kind of fell into entrepreneurship. It was never my dream, my goal, or aspiration to be an entrepreneur. I never had that lemonade stand, never sold those Girl Scout cookies. I never did that. So when you realize, that this is what you're supposed to be, you kind of have to bootstrap it and figure it out. So I just started talking, and really people would hear me and they would ask me to come speak here, there, and different places. So that's really how that happened.
Okay.
And so if you had to pick one of the best places and one of the more challenging places that you had to speak at, where would that have been?
Wow. The best place. Oh my goodness. I gotta be real. The best place I've ever spoken at is when I was asked to come and speak to the students at my university. Like, that was a full circle moment. Because I would often see the people who were alum and come back and see, the students. And I remember being a student being like, I wish I could do that and just really pour into a student. So I would say that's the best place. People who know me know I'm a big Aggie. I love my school. It's done a lot for me. And what's funny, it's actually where I met my boyfriend, but that's a different story.
Okay.
But the most challenging place, let's see. Where is the most challenging place? I don't know. I think that a lot of times, I'll say this, I don't know if I have one, but the most challenging places that I always go to, places that are, you got to kind of feel the crowd. I vibe off of energy. And so if you go into a place where there's no energy, you got to kind of warm up the crowd. That's always challenging for me. Because I'm like, okay, y'all, let me pray a little bit deeper that God come on through and wake y'all on up. So
Right. Okay.
And so tell us about Beauty. You're the founder of Beauty. Tell us a little bit about that, and what made you come up with the name for this. This is a company, correct?
That's the name of my tour. I did a multi-city tour called the Beauty from Head to Toe tour, and I also have a motivational class on this. Beauty is an acronym, and it's beautiful, empowering, appreciated, unique, truth-telling, yearning to be, do, and grow more. And basically all the products that I've ever made, every book that I've ever written, they all come from me, where I was at that point in my life. And so I needed to be empowered. I needed to feel beautiful. I needed to be appreciated. I need to own my uniqueness. And so that's where that came from, just for me. And the tour came about, it was in the funny thing is the tour came after I was going through my illness, because I was like, I gotta make some coins. I left this job and I don't know what's going on with my bank account. But it came after that. And Beauty, truly, I used to be a Mary Kay consultant back in the day. And the funny thing about this, I never wore makeup really, but unless I have to be made up for a special occasion. But I love the fact that they're like, this is the company about freedom and flexibility. I was like, sign me up, honey. So
she
knew
said
that there was more.
That flexibility was sold her.
Yes.
That's what that was.
Yes.
Yeah. That sold me. I didn't even know what Mary Kay was. I never had a Mary Kay facial. I didn't know nothing, but I went with somebody who was to sign up, and I ended up signing up and she didn't. I was like, what is this? But
oh wow,
I loved the freedom and the flexibility. So that's where the tour came from. Just me trying to brand my tour more, brand the product more. I wanted to put a different spin on it. So that's where that kind of launched from.
Okay. Now, when everybody goes on the website to read more about Stevie, you're definitely probably going to hear the repeat, but I just want to do this because I just love awesome Black women. I do. So it says, Stevie is a true CEO, founder of the Beauty, Beauty in all caps, from head to toe tour, and the Beauty Queen Society, and her anchor company, Just Stevie. She is also the host of the Conversation with Stevie on iHeartRadio, and the visionary author of the best-selling book, Cultivating Your IT Factor. Her entrepreneur spirit shines brightly through her various companies, Just Stevie, Living the Life I Love, LLC, and Serious Statement, where she is well-loved public relations consultant. Stevie is a whiz at co-mingling her talents and resources to build visible platforms for both herself and her clients. So with that said, you told us something about being the CEO, true CEO founder of Beauty from head to toe. What about your anchor company, Just Stevie?
Just Stevie. It's funny because I have to sing y'all the theme song, because when I hear Just Stevie, I'm always like, Just Stevie Mills, because those are lyrics. It's a theme song. Shouts out to Mr. Parlay, who created that song, and that's the theme song for my television show. But Just Stevie is truly who I am. It's my brand. It's where everything has come from, because a lot of times, like I said, I didn't want to be Stevie. Because everybody's like, is Stevie your real name? Did your daddy want a boy? Is it short for something? I'm like, no, it's just Stevie. And so that came from that. And it's just a brand that I've come up with that everything stems from. So the television, the radio, the books, the speaking, all of that is based at Just Stevie, because that's who I am personally. That's the signature brand for my business.
Okay. Oh, no.
Okay. So I also see something that you and I have in common. You are a distinguished Toastmaster, which I am a new Toastmaster.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm. And so what did you learn from being involved with the Toastmaster? What type of skills did you learn with that?
It's so funny because I was speaking to someone the other day, and I said, I am very cognizant of what they call fillers, which is like all the stuff. Even
right.
When I speak that way, I am very cognizant. I hear it when other people, because, they have a counter to count those things. So I know, and that's truly what has really helped, I think, the most with Toastmasters. I understand, and I talk very fast. So, which is funny for a Southern girl, because that's normally a Northern thing, but I talk really fast, and so I've learned to kind of slow down and to think and to speak, so I won't be caught up on those fillers.
Okay. And I see that you talk a lot about self-esteem and team building, all those positive things, public relations, living a fun-filled lifestyle, because a lot of women or a lot of individuals suffer with self-esteem and they go through different challenges in life. And what type of tools do you give them to feel better about themselves?
Definitely the courses, the audio courses I have, which I have a store for that on my website. Also the books that I have. Definitely, I love anthologies. Some people call them book collaborations. I have Cultivating Your It Factor. That was the book that I wish I would have had to be able to read when I was on that job I hated. So I wanted to definitely write that for people, and that has 13 other amazing authors in it. also the Pieces of My Platform, which was a book that came out last year on my birthday. It is just triumphant stories because our platforms are built from more than just pretty pictures. It's about the pain and the sadness and the joys and all those things that are mixed up. Those are the pieces of that. And so just books, audio courses, speaking engagements, live events, we have all that to help with self-esteem.
Now, do you have any favorite speakers that you listen to, or any type of motivational coach that you actually look up to or inspired by?
I definitely am inspired by my coach. Her name is Dr. Madeline Porter. She is awesome. I love her. I also E.T. the hip hop preacher. Guys, if you don't know who that is, y'all need to know. He gets you riled up. I listen to Stephen Furtick. He's a pastor out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Bishop T.D. Jakes. Listen to them a lot, if not every day. Those are some people who well, it's time to go. It's time to go. Go time. I listen to that and, can make some moves happen.
That's awesome. That's what's up.
That is awesome. It's good to have people that you can go to, whether you are physically in front of them, or if you hear them on radio or see them on television,
or
that you can use or social media that you can have as a type of mentor, coach, or spiritual guidance, because that's very hard to find. And we know with society and the way that is built up, people are searching, and or people don't believe, or they stop believing because of so much that has gone on in this world.
You don't have a lot of faith anymore,
right?
Because the way their life is set up in that moment, like the circumstances, so they don't feel like nothing is changing, and so that's where the faith comes in, and they lose it, and they'd rather get lost in the world where they feel like that can change their outcome.
That's true. Stevie, tell us a little bit. I know that you were touching base on it, but the television and radio show. Now, I know you have something currently. Is it something currently you just started, or this has been something that's been going on?
The television show just started last week. It comes on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. on YouTube. That's great because we actually have an in-studio show where we go and record and all that great stuff. This is the second week of that show. And iHeartRadio, I applied and got approved to iHeartRadio a few months ago. And my podcast, The Conversation with Stevie, has been going on for maybe going on 2 years now. But we're very new to iHeartRadio, so those are great platforms. The Conversation with Stevie is the podcast, and that's a lot about the why behind the what of what people do. I believe that there are a lot of people who do what we all do. We all come from saturated industries, but the why behind it is always different. So we talk about that a lot. And the Just Stevie show, it's a television show, and we feature people. I live here in Roanoke, Virginia. I always say we feature people from Roanoke and beyond who are doing some amazing things. So,
and out of your shows, which has been very, like, it spoke? I know they're all good, but what has been one that has really spoke to your heart? Like what guest or what conversation piece?
Yeah, it's the one that stands out in my mind the most. I'll give one from my TV show and one from my radio show. The one that stands out the most in my mind for the radio show is a candid conversation I had with my own coach. We were talking about the coaching industry because I have it took me a long time to even say that I was a coach, because I believe that coaching, to some degree, if people do not utilize it correctly, can become idolatry. And that is, I didn't want to be a part of that. That's a slick slope that, everybody doesn't want to admit that, but it's true. When you start worshiping people instead of worshiping God, then it is idolatry. But we're going to leave that alone. But it's a good show.
Yeah.
It's a good show.
You're right. I mean, because I see it a lot on social media, all these so-called, motivational coaches or speakers or inspirational figures, like, and I see how people react to them as if they worship them, and it's like, yeah, you kind of take away from what you really supposed to be doing as a person who has a gift with words.
Yep. And I have some very strong feelings about that. I feel like there are people who, if anybody, you'll never hear me as a coach say, go and mortgage your house, your car, none of that. No, go and make the money, come back and pay whatever you need to do. But I'm not going to tell you to do that, because if you don't do the work after I tell you what to do as a coach, it still doesn't matter. And I got to, because I am a Christian, I do believe that God's going to be holding me accountable for that. So no, that's not on my watch. And the other best show that I could say from my television show is a show that we did with, again, all of these are great shows, but one that stands out in my mind is one with this lady named Sharnika Elliott. She has had two stillborn, multiple, I think, but I know that she has had at least 2 stillborn children that she actually had to deliver, and she has created something great outside of that, and that's truly her school. She has a school named after 2 of her children that she helps children with every day. Like, it's amazing what she's done. And for the TV show, we have a word of the day for each show, and her word was resilient, because I don't know anybody who's more resilient than that.
Interesting. Okay. So I just want to continue to read what was sent, just so people can keep it in their mind and know more of who Just Stevie is. As we spoke before, we just had a conversation that Stevie, as a distinguished Toastmaster, Stevie moves an audience to action as she speaks clarity to their minds and stirs passion in their hearts. Stevie is most often called upon to speak on topics of self-esteem, which we were talking about, team building, success with public relations, and living a healthy and fun-filled life. Also, Stevie Aisha Mills is a woman on a mission to increase joy and clarity to the world. One person, one conversation, and one experience at a time, which she likely to accomplish as a media icon. As both a television and radio show host, Stevie is the voice of a generation. And it says here, one thing is if for sure, with Stevie Aisha Mills in the room, everyone can rock their IT factor. So I just think that is just so awesome. I really do. That is just, it's really awesome, especially like I said before, when you're coming from a genuine place, because again, we all said there's so many coaches out here, however they label themselves, fitness coach, inspirational, and unfortunately there are those in that box that are scams, that just want to take people's money, and those individuals, those clients don't get the results that they want. And so therefore that makes it look bad for those that are genuine,
during that field,
to earn that and respect.
That's true.
And trust, because that is people's business, and you have to eat too.
And you're taking advantage of
you're taking advantage of
their trust.
Some of them are vulnerable,
Yeah, they take advantage of vulnerability.
Yeah, they do.
You got a lot of sorry people out here that don't care.
True, absolutely.
So you got to be aware of that.
You have to. You definitely do. So for those, I commend everyone who's out there that's a positive, trustworthy, honest individuals that are coaches, that are that want to help people as well. It's helping not only the coach, but helping the client as well, where both can benefit from it. So now getting into that best-selling author, let us know some of the books that you have, and I guess, well, for me, you can start with one book on my end, and it could be anyone, and let us know what was the, I guess, meaning behind it.
Cultivating Your It Factor, definitely, that was my first book, first anthology. That one was done in 2015, and that was birthed out of, we had just done a teleconference, a telesummit that was 30 days. It's supposed to be 24 hours, but people kept on saying they want to be part of it. We had 42 speakers come out of that, and then God placed on my heart to do an anthology, and so Cultivating Your It Factor was it. And like I said, it's the book that I wish I would have had when I was stuck on that job. And your it factor to me is definitely your living out your God-given gifts. We all have gifts, skills, talents, and abilities. And if we package them correctly, we can monetize them. So that is that book. The Pieces of My Platform just came out on my birthday, October 25th last year. And that really involves have the ladies' stories on a deeper level. It talks about some of the things they had to go through to get where they are, to create the platforms that they have. And so The Pieces of My Platform is that book as well. And I'm featured in a lot of other anthologies that I'm not the project lead on, but one of them is called Leaving Our Legacy, and that made me an international bestseller. So that's that. And I never thought I would be an author. All of this, I'm telling you, Forrest Gump, I never thought I would be an author. I have my first solo book coming out on my birthday. I'll be 40 in October. So it's going to come out October 25th. And we're going to have a birthday party and book signing. And that's going to be what we're going to do this year.
So you saying that you've written 2 books so far and you have a third one coming out this year?
Yeah, I've produced 2 books, and I've been featured in about 8 books, and then I have another one coming out this year.
Okay.
And I have one. Go ahead. I have one coming out in January called, I'm featured in this book too. It's called You Have No Idea the Hell That I've Been Through. So if anybody's in the Atlanta area, you're invited to the book signing. I think I sent you guys the books, the information for that, but that's going to be fun. I'm excited. This is going to be the transparent testimony. Some people are going to be like, what? Stevie did what? But yeah, so I'm excited about that, January 27th.
That's right. I think I did see that. Yeah. And that's going to be where in Atlanta?
I don't know right off the top of my head. I'm so sorry. I should know. It's so funny when you're going to be one of the featured speakers there? Yes, I'm an author in that book as well. It's going to be at the 640 West Community Cafe.
Oh, in the West End.
Oh, okay.
In the West End.
That's not too far.
That's not far.
Yeah.
That's not far from where I'm at.
Yeah.
Okay, that's right. Okay, that sounds awesome. Yeah. Definitely.
No.
Definitely, when we get to the all of your social medias, definitely make sure that you plug that back in as well. I know I've struggled. I've talked a few times to Uno about wanting to write a book, and I just
say just do it. Just write it down.
I know it's in the head, but I'm stuck. I'm stuck between getting it out the head to putting it even on. Getting a pen and paper,
even if it sounds confusing, discombobulated in your mind, but still just jot it down. It could be like little notes.
But that part for me is it's not so much that it's I literally, and it probably sounds weird. I literally cannot. I'm thinking like way overthinking, where I can't get it out the head. To get a pen, I can get the pen and I can see the paper, and I'm just like, and cannot get it out.
But you can't formulate the whole story that you're trying to convey on the paper. You want a certain way. It's going to formulate on the paper. It don't have to be perfect, but
it's not even that. It's not coming from the brain to the paper. That's
saying you have the thoughts in your head, but
the thoughts in my head, but they're not getting out. Right. They're not getting out at all.
It seems scrambled. That's what I was saying, but that's why I was saying that you have a hard time trying to formulate it, like actually put it on the paper, because it's so scrambled in your mind, you don't know where to start at.
Right.
Yeah.
I almost feel like I want a ghostwriter because I don't know what else to do. Like like if there's somebody in front of me and they just be like, okay, just go ahead, just start talking. I'll be like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, but alone.
Someone said to me one time, they said, you're either a writer who speaks and a speaker who writes. I'm definitely a speaker who writes. And so there's a service that's out now. Well, it's called Call to Copy. So people transcribe what you say and somebody writes the story out of it. They interview you. And that's kind of what we did for this book. The visionary author of this book that you have no idea the hell that I've been through is Taria Vision Avant. She's amazing. And she did that. And that was the best experience I've ever had. So you might want to check in the Call to Copy.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely check into that, Dave.
Okay. Yeah. And you're only going to be able to purchase that book at the event, or can you purchase that book now?
You can purchase it now. Yes, ma'am. You have we're in pre-order, so it won't be launched till that day. You can pre-order it.
Okay. Okay. That's definitely something I'm going to have to look into. When we're done with the show, can you send that? Can you send that to me just as a reminder?
Yes.
Okay.
Ma'am.
Okay.
So let me write it down. Let me write it down because my mind. Go ahead.
So with your author and speaking and public relations experience, do you also have services for one-on-one with people who might want that one-on-one interaction instead of a group interaction? Like, do you have clients like that, or have you experienced that?
I do have clients. I have coaching clients where we do one-on-one. And I do have for some select people. Some people don't want to learn how to do PR. They're like, Stevie, I want you to do it for me. So I have some select people who I work with to get that done for them, because I only take a certain amount of people per year to do it for them. But I always have coaching and consulting clients that I work with.
Okay. Interesting. So what would you say to upcoming or millennials that don't know or do know, they have an idea of what they want to do, they just don't know the direction they want to go into? What would you say to upcoming entrepreneurs or business owners?
I love millennials. I have two millennials on my Just Stevie TV team. One is producing the show. She's doing a phenomenal job. Her name is Troy English. And we have Eric Starr, who's editing and also on camera for our show. And they are amazing millennials. And the one thing that I tell all millennials that I've ever spoken to is just believe in yourself and do it. A lot of times millennials, including myself when I was a millennial, we want to find out we don't want to mess up, and sometimes you just gotta mess your way up and get it done. So just trust yourself and get it done.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Yeah, you gotta make mistakes in order to be better. That's life. So yeah.
What about the seasoned ones? The seasoned clients, because we know sometimes seasoned clients tend to be stuck in their way.
Yeah.
They don't want to hear anything from someone who may be slightly younger, or for that matter, a millennial.
And it's so interesting because I look younger than 40 is what most people tell me.
True.
So I get this a lot because they think I'm a little girl. They're like, little girl, what you doing? And I'm only 5'1".
Because I wasn't even guessing a 40, girl. Yes.
Hey, what they say? Black don't crack. Black don't crack.
Yes, exactly. So I get this all the time about the whole, because I tend to work with older people, seasoned people. And I just tell them, if you don't want to do it, some people don't want to do social media. They're like, I don't want to do it. I like this. I like meeting offline and all this stuff. I just tell them, get somebody on your team to do it. Get a millennial, get an intern, get somebody to do it. You stay in your genius zone. You don't have to try to keep up with whatever's going on. As long as you have somebody on your team to do it.
That's true. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you gotta
Very
find out.
true.
You gotta find an alternative. If you don't want to do it, then I guess you better get out there and have somebody handle it for you instead of complaining about what I can't do. That makes sense.
I forgot a question that I was gonna. I had a question, or I might have had a comment. I'm trying to think. Wow. I had
Lost
something.
it that quick.
I did. I lost it.
That's okay. It'll come back.
Wow.
Is it about millennials?
I don't know if it's about millennials. It might have been about
Social media?
millennials or social media. Oh goodness. I lost it. I lost it. Soon as
it always comes back. Just keep on talking. It'll come back.
It'll come back.
Go ahead.
Hey, I was gonna ask you something off topic. Actually, more of a political question. So,
okay.
So what you think about Trump though? And since we're talking about social media, what is your thoughts on Trump and him utilizing social media in the way he is? Because he's so vulgar and vocal on Twitter so much, and he's not even being a president. He's just being some kind of, celebrity just popping off at the mouth. So how you feel about Trump in general, and then how he's utilizing social media?
That's a great question. Now, I did not cast my vote for Trump. I did not. And as a PR person, as a branding person, as a marketing person, I get Trump. He utilized PR to the fullest. He used marketing to the fullest. He utilized branding to the fullest to get inside of the White House. He went to the people who he could, for lack of better words, dominate. He ain't got to certain people, right? But he went to people who, we could say, like my friend Farmer, he says, call a thing a thing. I'm going to call a thing a thing. He went to the slightly redneckish, uneducated people who don't like black people. Who don't smart, those are smart moves. As a person, you need to go to whoever is going to have your back the most. This is politics. Now, we have to remember a few years ago, he said that he would, run under a certain party. Then he flipped it. Trump is a smart man. He just is. He knows how to utilize the certain tactics to get what he wants. He's a businessman, right? So he's doing business. Mm-hmm. This is business. This is
breaking up, Steve.
What he did was means I have a really good friend who is African American who definitely is a Trump supporter, but I don't.
I can't even support no Trump. I'm sorry. Nah. That's coonery stuff there. That's coonery to me.
His ethics.
His
ethics are
could you vote
very
for someone
interesting. But I do I used to watch Apprentice.
I just want to
go ahead.
No,
go ahead.
Say that again. I'm sorry. You were saying something. Oh, we lost her.
Who, me?
You breaking up, Stevie.
Okay. Something you were saying, but you had started breaking up a little bit.
I was saying I used to watch Apprentice. His show. I love Apprentice. I think it's an awesome show. But you got to understand who Trump is. That's it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, it's true. But sometimes with Trump though, sometimes he needs to stay off social media. He be shooting himself in the foot a lot of times.
He needs a PR person.
Yeah, now I can definitely tell. But hey, the people that put him in there voted for him. That's what they wanted. They want to make America great again. Yeah. So that's a whole nother conversation.
And you can't be. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say we can't be mad at from the perspective of an entrepreneur.
No, I'm not even
We can't
on that. No, I mean, I know he's gonna do that because that's business. But when we talk about on the social end of it and the racial end of it, that's where I disagree at. That's where I'm gonna come to drawing a line at. But as far as business, he got the right idea on that. As a PR guy.
On that aspect, yeah. I don't believe in sexual harassment, grabbing women in their private parts. I don't believe that we should talk about African Americans, Hispanics. People are people. You won't hear me bashing any race because we're all trying to make it in this life. So I don't believe in those things. I think that from like my perspective as far as him being the president, it's interesting that he is the president when he blatantly said, one thing we can't be mad at though is he blatantly said who he was. Now, I'd rather tell me who you are. I'd rather know who you are. I don't want your representative. He blatantly said, "This is who I am," and so it is who he is. But I can't support it either. I don't believe in this in the way that he just says that thing. He thinks that, and as is his right, the president of the United States is one of the most powerful people you could be in the entire universe. So he did that, and that's why the power has gone to his head. He is power hungry. He is power drunk.
Yeah, I agree with that. He is power hungry. And I mean, as far as what you said, far as like, him being honest with who he is, he's being real. And I can respect that. I mean, you're open racist. I can deal with it. As opposed to someone who's, undercover or that's posing as one way but behind closed doors, or even invertedly you showing your actions. You kind of sneak it in here and there, but you're not being open with it. You're just being sneaky and being disrespectful, knowing that you don't care for that person because of their skin color, because of their racial background or what have you. So yeah, I can respect Trump for that. Other than that, that's where it ends for me.
Judge Judy has a book that says, "Don't pee on my leg and tell me it's raining."
Oh wow!
Yeah,
that sounds interesting.
You do that metaphor. I like that metaphor.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna say ditto on what you both said, because I in general, not just 45. Because I don't like calling him by his name, but 45. But also, I mean, I can call him Trump. It's no big deal, but 45.
He ain't getting president. I just say Trump. Mm-hmm. That's it.
So that just goes back to, in general, with me, with people, dealing with them on a personal or a business relationship. Tell me how it is, straightforward, from the door. I can respect you because at least I know who you are, and I know how to handle you accordingly. Probably wouldn't mess with you all like that, but I know how to handle you accordingly. And that's why I say, so many people on that business level, they say they one thing and really, you somebody else. You trying to make it like a lot of us are trying to make it. And I love to see people, all people, especially our Black and brown sisters and brothers, make it. Mm-hmm. And however I can support, whether it's an encouraging word, or if Chit Chat Chew financially can do something, that's cool. Even personally, if I can do something, that's cool too. But when you start coming to me with the fake, and then you lie, which is one of the biggest pet peeves for me, the lying. Ooh. Mm-hmm. It's hard to support. Right. It's hard to support. It's hard to trust your words that come out. Right. And then unfortunately you have those individuals who, say how, one thing I don't like is when people use the religion to
fit their narrative.
Right. They do some kind of covering up when really we all are human. We all make mistakes. So I'm like, you guys, I don't judge. I'm not pointing fingers. I can get along pretty much with anybody. I don't care about if you're light, if you're darker, if you're brown, the isms, as I say, the isms. I'm not I'm not there with that. Yes, there are things that I do disagree. I don't say I'm pro-Black. I say I'm conscious because I've lived a long enough life and I know the Creator is going to have me live more.
But in order to be pro-Black, that means you're not dependent on no other race but your own. Right. That's pro-Black.
Right. So
until then, we're not there.
Right. So I'm just a conscious woman.
Right.
Queen, goddess.
I label myself as conscious. I can't say
yes. No. So I want to see people succeed. You know, and everybody's not good for you.
Sometimes people don't want to support you back though.
No, they don't.
That's the sad part about it. And what a lot that I observe too is, like how you said, people try to make more of themselves, and I noticed that too. Like they make themselves seem more than what they are, like they're above people, and and it's hard to work with a person like that because they have that selfish mind. And when I look at that's a turn off too, because like you said, I like seeing my people succeed too, but it can also be an issue when you're just about yourself and you're not trying to help your own. That's where my problem lays at. Or you let ego come in between as far as building with your people. All right, you there, Steve?
I'm here.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, so yeah, I'm still here. Jay had to step out for a second.
Okay.
But till she come back. So what are your thoughts on that? As far as just Black unity and working together economically. I mean, have you had any problems with far as like having issues with your own people, like working with them in business and how they operate or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, I think people always, especially African American people, always we sometimes have the crab in the barrel syndrome, right? So it just depends on the certain type of Black person, African American person. I'm not for everybody, and sometimes people, for me, it's interesting because I'm always happy go lucky. So some people don't like that. Some people think down too high in the sky. It's a whole lot of different things that I have learned, but I try to really separate myself away from people like that because that's, I think, more than a color or a race, that's a mindset.
Absolutely, I agree with you with that. Yes, excuse me, I had to step away for a hot minute. But I want to get back to something that you had said in regards to, you were at a job that you hated. And I'm at a point because I am working. And it's not necessarily the job that I hate. And I know hate can be a strong word, but
that is a strong word.
I seriously am almost to that point where I want to say I hate my supervisor and boss because they are very unfair and they don't listen. And that's just all the more reason that I want to leave and pursue our business full time. And so what do you say to a person who wants to pursue it, but they're at a point where there's fear of that? What do I do if I just stop working and don't have the money to back you up?
You there, Steve?
I mean, it's a fear. It definitely is a fear. I'm not gonna lie. I tell people don't leave like I left. Right?
You there, Steve?
I left when I didn't have a backup plan. There was no backup plan. There was no parachute. I tell people to get their selves together, like really have an exit plan. Don't just jump out here, and unless God told you to do that. Yeah. I tell people, do not do what I did. Do not do what I did, because a lot of times you could be premature. Learn everything that you can from that corporation. Get the money you need to make a lateral move out of there and get that together. Don't just get in your emotions and leave.
Right. And I totally hear you, because a lot of times the way my brain is set up and the way I can overthink about a lot of things, you know, there's days where I'm like, you know what? I don't even want to come into work and deal with those two individuals. Or I can be like you just said, have no game plan, didn't hear it from a creator, nobody, or the higher power that be above, and just want to be like, you know what, that's it. But then I have to think about, you know, I do need an exit. I do need to have a strategy or an exit or a plan A, B, or whatever, so that I want to say, she on?
Yeah, she on.
Okay, my fault. I want to say that, you know, I want to leave with having a good mind of myself. I want to, how do they say it? I want to fire my boss where I can just go and I don't have to look back and be like, can you take me back type of situation, where I'll be able to financially take care of myself. Because at the end of the day, I'm paying rent. I'm paying bills like everybody else. Thank goodness I don't have small kids. My kids are grown. And I'm just like, so I don't have to worry about that. I don't have any grandkids. I do support my mother, who is ill. But, you know, I just want to have that exit strategy where I'm feeling comfortable, feeling good, where I could just, that's it. And I can just keep moving forward. But you're right. I'm readjusting the mind where I can think about, okay, while I am here, it is getting me to, it is providing and getting me to some kind of point. So I agree with what you had said.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, Steve.
Yeah, for some reason it's tripping. That's the best way I could say that. It's tripping. It's been like really, the connection is not the greatest. I don't know what the translation is. Like my connection is fine over here, but some kind of way it's not. So it's delayed a little bit.
Okay,
so
let me refresh this application that I'm running, and then I'll see if it'll run more smoother. Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry for the delays, everyone. Stevie, your reception is breaking up.
What is it?
Okay.
I got you.
So, yeah, where were we? We were talking about just.
You were talking about leaving your job.
Yes. And so
you hate the two people,
right?
there.
The two management. Like, I just feel it's not a team. It's him and her. And so I want to be at a place where when I leave, because I do want to leave, I want to be at a place that when I leave, I'm not leaving on any type of anger, resentment, or anything like that, that I'm leaving and I'm moving forward to full-time being in our own business. And I know I've heard the stories before where people have said, you know, they just dropped their job and they left. And my hat go off to you if you do that. I'm not there as of yet, but you know, it will happen. I don't know when, but hopefully sooner than later. But I'm not going to force it because I think forcing it is going to only make it worse.
You'll know when the time is right.
When the time is right, right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely will.
It's on the creator's accord.
Yeah. I don't tell people to go ahead and leave their job. That was my story. But I thank God for the timing that I had, because I probably would have been ill. You know, I would have been dead maybe if I didn't leave when I did. Exactly. And so everything in life is about timing and positioning. And so I just tell people like yourself, just, you know, you'll like Una said, you'll know when it's time to go.
Absolutely.
Don't move out of, because sometimes we could cut ourselves out of a blessing. We don't, if we move out of alignment.
That's true. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, my job, I'm already there. I just feel it. Like, I know it's time to go. It's time for me to move on and just me and Jay's do our business full time. That's what I want the focus to be.
Right, because I'm working full time. Uno's working part time. You know, we have this podcast as well as other business ventures that we're working on. And a lot of times when you're working full time, for me, I'll speak for me, it gets overwhelming at times. And it's consuming because you can't do all that you want to do at work because you're focusing on your duties, which you need to do at work. Yeah. So by time, you know, you get off in the evening time, it's like, okay,
you drained out.
Now you're tired, wore out. All you want to do is maybe grab something to eat
and
chill for the rest of the evening.
And then go to sleep and wake up do it the next day.
And repeat the same cycle. So
right. Yeah. But that's no life though. Like, keep doing the same repetitive thing every day.
Right.
Yeah, at some point they gotta change.
Right. Oh, definitely. It will, like you guys said, in the creator's time, when I'm aligned, and I will definitely, know. And like you, Stevie, I don't tell anybody, just go ahead, girl, go ahead and quit your job. Mm-hmm. No.
I don't have the rent money for you. I do not have your cable money. I do not have your water bill money. Right. Electricity. Do not call me. Do not call my number. I didn't tell you to leave. You will never hear me say that.
Right. Exactly. And do you feel that the cultivating your it factor, is that that book, is that part of what we've been talking about for upcoming entrepreneurs or individuals that have started a business? Do you feel that that's in that book, like the tools?
Yes, I do. I definitely do. It is required reading for my community of women. I call them PR powerhouses. That is their required reading because they need to know all this. Because before you could be a signature brand, you need to have certain elements in place, and you have to get keen on just making sure that you have those elements. So it might be spirituality, which, my spirituality is Christianity, but it's more than that. It's not just about Christianity. It may be time management that you need to work on. It might be financial management. All of these things for you as a person have to come into alignment before you can even be a signature brand. Because if your life ain't right, your money ain't going to be right, your business ain't going to be right, your relationship is all kinds of stuff that needs to be aligned. So this is the book that I recommend. Like I said, it was the book that I wish I would have read. And I tell people all the time, guys, don't get the book for me in my chapter, even though it's the bomb, but get it for all the other 13 speakers, coaches, and trainers inside of the book.
Absolutely.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Definitely something that I want to read because I love knowledge and I like to educate myself, and
you should be a speaker.
Educate myself like I really do. I've done on a smaller level some speaking because I've been very open about not only I'm diagnosed with a mental illness, but I also go out and I speak to other individuals with mental illness. And then, we just kind of get into that conversation of with the mental illness. And that's why I said earlier, like a lot of the stories are similar, because with mental illness, there's a lot of stigma. They expect that, oh, okay, you say you're a mental illness, how do you hold out a job? Baby, because I have to.
Right.
I gotta pay bills. I gotta do things,
You can't just flip out
and I just can't
flip. Have a
flip.
job.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So me flipping out may cause me to be 1013.
Right.
So I have to keep it cute, and I have to pray and meditate and chant and do things, right, and maintain. Yeah. Because no, and the other stigma of mental illness to some people, this we're not all wearing raggedy clothes. And mental illness doesn't have a look, and that's something that I advocate for greatly, as well as homelessness and being a survivor of whatever that survivor looks like for you. So I want to speak more, and that's why I joined on board with Toastmasters, because I do like a lot of their concepts that they have. And so, yeah, sometimes I feel like I need a little stability, like having a coach, honestly, because sometimes it just gets overwhelming. And being and we're in our business 2 years now, and so we're definitely still growing. Well,
we're not gonna elevate overnight,
right? Oh, absolutely, it takes work.
Yeah,
it takes work. Even if you have a coach, you have to be coachable, and you have to be willing to learn and listen. Because why am I paying a coach when I just don't want to listen? Right, like it's wasting time and money. So so I definitely, that's one of the goals for 2018 time frame for me, to speak and just speak from the heart and just be me, because that's the only thing I know how to do, is be me. And some people, like you said, when you're, because I've heard this from my supervisor, oh, you're too nice. And I'm like, well, what is too nice? Because she's a very mean, she said, I'm mean to people. I'm ignorant, and I'm just like, okay.
But do you want to present yourself in a way?
Right. And I'm right. And
people not going to want to deal with you on any level at all. That's unattractive, and that's not appealing. It is not acceptable. Especially trying to be a decent person. They don't want to approach a person who just got a lot of negative energy that comes with them. Yeah.
And she expects, she unfortunately, and jealousy comes in all forms. When you present yourself, just my thought, when you present yourself in a certain type of way, a good, positive, be the best that I can be type of person, and people see that, they tend to act, they treat you a good way, I guess I'm trying to say. But then you have those people that are just always miserable all the time. And when they because bottom line, I have her position. So now she's moved up and I have her position. And she's just in this amazement and says, why are these people coming to you? They never came to me like that. And I'm just tripped out about that.
But you got to listen to people, because
I do.
They tell on themselves.
I definitely do. I definitely
just by her making that statement lets you know where she's at.
Oh, yeah. I know, like I told Uno, Stevie don't know, but I was doing security in the same building that I'm working at. I was doing security first, and I wasn't happy with that. And I wanted to move forward. And so someone in HR came to me, saw me, they liked my work ethics, and asked me to apply for the job. Well, I denied it 3 times. After the 3rd time, I finally was like, all right, I'll do it. So I didn't get any special privileges. They took me through the process like they would take anybody. So I wound up getting hired, obviously, because I'm working it. But she's just like, well, I got you this job.
Wow.
And I'm like, no, really, you didn't get me the job, And
you
it's
said
just,
the HR lady did.
Right.
They came to your past security.
Right. So I don't know. Sometimes I don't like to play the card, the race game, but I'm gonna have to right now for this. We as Black people, our black and browns.
We do it though.
We need to stop putting each other down.
And stop being jealous of each other.
The jealousy,
just because someone do better than somebody else.
The non-support when it comes to businesses and things, or even if you don't have a business and you're just successful in that in your work that you do, they will find everything from the texture of your hair to the shoes or sneakers that you have
love life,
to your relationship. It's just sad how we just
even business they do the
right
same
how they
thing.
how we don't love
So
on each other. We just don't support each other.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe
no, you're right though.
Maybe I'm thinking it's no self-love. Maybe they don't have no self-love of their own for themselves, so they don't know how to. I don't know.
Well, actually,
bring that out to others.
That and insecurity, they lack
and insecurity. Some, yeah.
I mean, so Stevie, have you experienced that being in the public relations field of people feel some kind of way about you, or some ill will, or people hating on you? Like, how you deal with all that?
You're always gonna have haters, and my coach told me something powerful, and they said, because I used to be like really hurt by people blocking me and unfriending me and all this stuff. And she said, Stevie, if you don't want that to happen, stop being great. She said, stop being great. And that changed my whole life when she said that, because I'm like, she told me that people, they despise what's great. So if everybody likes you, you're not doing something right. So from that moment on, that changed my whole thing. So I don't care now. You know, we're all human, so it is going to affect you a little bit if you care about people. But at the end of the day, I don't care what anybody says, how anybody feels. I'm going to be me and do me. I'm going to rock my it factor to the fullest from the time I wake up to the time I go to bed. Because as long as I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, then it's all right.
That's all you can do.
That's it. I definitely agree. Like, at the end of the day, like you said, I really don't care. But it's just so unfortunate that we still live in a time where colorism matters. I've experienced it up north. I've had my experience with that, but it is so out down south that it's sad. And I'm a Pisces. I'm very intuitive. I feel other people's feelings, whether it's good or bad pain. I see things before it happens, and sometimes people, oh, you're weird. No, it's not weird. It's a gift to me. So it's just so sad, especially my building, and I won't name it, but my building, it needs, all I can do is say a prayer, because there's so much negative energy in general, not just related to me, but just in general, because I see so much, because I'm
a lot of unhappy people.
Right, because I'm out in the forefront and I see and hear so much, and it's so many miserable, unhappy, sad people. And all, like, again,
not a surprise.
Right, and all I can do again is just say a prayer, pray for them,
and do you keep moving,
right? And keep me protected,
right?
And keep moving forward.
You
so
make sure you protect yourself, because these fools out here.
But what I wanted to ask Stevie, what are your final words as far as, again, people coming into a business regardless of age, because I know there's what they call them baby boomers that start really late in life, and they are very successful. But what are some tools, some resources, advice that you would give to individuals who want to start a business?
Definitely. I love helping entrepreneurs, beginning entrepreneurs, because I understand what it was. I kind of, like I said, figured it out. I did not have these things that are available now. I didn't know what a coach was. I didn't know any of that. So definitely, before you say you want to do something, figure out what it is that you want to do. Like, take some introspection time and figure out what you want to do. Figure out who you need to help you. Figure out, like, I would do some reading. When I started back in 2009, Facebook wasn't a thing. I remember the first time I ever heard of Facebook, it was on a college campus. And I was like, what in the world is Facebook? Who would be doing this? What in the world? So I remember those times really understanding, now that you have YouTube, you have so many resources. Of course, we have paid services over at Stevii.com that you can invest in. But if you were like me, I had to figure it out on my own. I didn't have any coins. There were no coins. There were no presidents. There was nothing going on that I could invest. So I had to figure it out. So never be afraid. I believe that entrepreneurship is a calling on somebody's life. I don't think that everybody is meant to be an entrepreneur. If you're not, stay on that. You're an investor. If you are, use your investor to invest inside of your business. I wish I would have done that, because that would have made a world of difference. I had to figure it out, and then I had to pay for it. Thank God I went to a HBCU where we do understand how to figure it out and then make it. We had to make it and then use it. So the thing about it is truly to be keen on just figuring it's okay. You're going to mess up. You're going to make mistakes. Do not be so hard on yourself. Don't allow pressure from inside yourself or outside in the world get to you. Utilize this. Life is all about experimentation. Whatever it is going to be, then make sure that you are taking it to the next level. Like, work on you. I always say the biggest project that I will ever work on is me. So work on you. The rest is easy. Even when I talk to people about PR, I always tell them we need to get some personal development going on. First off, I'm a big believer in personal development. If you're into personal development, you have done the work on yourself, then the rest is easy. I can teach the other skills, but I can't teach you how to have. I can teach you how to have confidence, but I can't have confidence for you. So to be able to be well-spoken, well-informed, those are the things that I believe are key in this world of entrepreneurship. And don't be afraid. Do not I call people who always clapping for somebody a professional clapper. Don't be a professional clapper. You need to be clapped for sometimes. And I would want to, if I were you, to be clapped for sometimes, not just clapping for everybody else. It's your time. It's your turn. Let's make it happen.
For sure.
And with you're right. You're both right. And with your business, do you just, I know I heard you say you do one-on-one, but do you also do, if there's partnership in that business, like if the two partners want consulting from you, do you do that? Yes. I have group coaching. I have a community called the PR Powerhouses. That is a group coaching. It's $47 a month, and it's an amazing community there. We talk about PR, marketing, branding. I do. We can, like, a lot of people do have partnerships in business, so I work with them. So because it's not good to just work with one person. If you're a partnership, we need to get it all together. And I work individual. We do also. I have classes. Like, some people are like, Stevie, I'm not ready to invest that high. Not that high, but some people think it's high investment yet. So we have classes you can download and listen to. I have resources like books. Because I understand what it is to go through the various stages of business, finances, and some people are not at the level to invest the $1,000. They're just not. I have books and I have courses that you could go ahead and start with, and it's okay. Get in where you fit in, but just get it done. Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm with you on that.
Right. So let us and the virtual world know how to get in contact with you, your social media outlets.
Awesome. So I always tell people you can contact me just by knowing how to spell my first name correctly. Stevii, Stevii, not I-E, not one I. is my name. So you can find me at Stevie.com. You can find me all over social media. And you can, I am like my friend Lucinda Cross says, I'm Googlelicious. So you can find me. You can find me.
Yeah, that's a new one.
I like that. Googlelicious. I like that. So Stevii.com, Stevii, not IEII.com. Okay. Is there any other social media outlets that you have in reference to finding you? Your books? How can they purchase your books?
If you go to Stevie.com, then you can subscribe to my mailing list. There's a space for that. You get a free gift for that. You can also, there's social media icons. I try to make it real easy for everybody. So Stevie.com, you can get the books there. We'll be loading new books this week because Cultivating Your It Factor is definitely on there, but we need to get the other books. But I am always on Facebook, Instagram, Periscope, wherever you need me. I really am accessible. I try to be really accessible to people there. I have a team of people who I'm supposed to, who manage. My mom actually is my momager, and that's an interesting story right there. But I'm not the type of person who's like, oh, no, you can't talk to me. I'm just not that. That's not authentic to me.
Okay. Cool. That's really interesting that your mom is part of your business. I like that. Keeping it in the family is very awesome. Very much. And that's
mother knows best.
Exactly. And that's something that we are building on for our families to be in this business as well, because we are so family orientated, so that's why we're doing right. And so that's why we're doing exactly. Yeah. That's why we're doing what we're doing to get to that point. So again, to the listeners who's going to be on the replay, you can find Stevie, her website, www.stevii.com.
No IE, y'all.
No IE, y'all.
Stevie one.
Right. She is Stevie Aisha Mills. Unique. Okay. So Stevii.com. Then you can also find her on Spreaker.
Yes.
Stevie, Stevii, Aisha Mills, Aisha Mills. Because some of y'all with the spelling, honey, we want to make sure y'all get it right. Y'all girls get it right. Facebook also, Stevie Aisha Mills. Real easy. On Twitter, at STEVIIAMILLS. So if you didn't catch what I said, y'all gonna listen to that replay.
Follow on Twitter, though.
Follow on Twitter, Facebook, Spreaker. Go to her website. Pre-order that book, because I'm gonna pre-order that book. And books.
Put that S
and books. Okay, people, let's get it together. Let's support. We can support everyone else. I'm not. That's your judgment, but let us support our
Let's say it like
black businesses.
Support black on black.
Black
businesses equals black power equals black economics. So let's support.
That's right.
Definitely.
Aisha Mills. Come on,
y'all. Yes, let's definitely do that. Thank you, Stevie, so much for coming on. I'm so glad that I followed you on Facebook. I'm going to follow you on the other ones as well and check out your website and everything that you have to offer. I'm so glad about, again, finding you and having you as a guest. I've learned in these 2 hours a lot about you. I really appreciate you. I still will say what I said before this show. You are very genuine. You say it as it is, and I like that, and I can respect that in you. You continue doing what you do in your purpose, and you're getting blessed and will continue to get blessed. So thank you so much for taking your time to come out.
Yes, we appreciate you, and thank you for your patience, because I know the connection with these applications and receiving process and everything has been a little hassle, but we thank you again for being patient with us.
And hopefully announce again where you're going to be at the cafe when you come to Atlanta, the date, and do you have the time as well?
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you both for allowing me to be here. I never take it lightly when people invite me to their platforms. They don't have to do it. And I always say, yes, I can come because it's an invite. Why wouldn't I? And so the official book launch of You Have No Idea the Hell That I've Been Through is Saturday, January 27th, 2018, from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. It is at 640 West Community Cafe, which is 640 Evans Street, Southwest Atlanta, Georgia. And you can go to youhavenoideabook.com. The tickets are complimentary to come to the book launch. But if you want that VIP upgrade, honey, then you want to get the VIP ticket. I think it's only like $20.
All right.
Okay. Well, thank you for that. I want to definitely come to that. It's on a weekend. Definitely come to that. It's
good. I can't wait to meet y'all.
I know it's close. It's not far. Oh yes, honey, we can take that bus to get off and then walk over there. You what?
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be real good.
Yes. And how many other speakers might be on?
I think it's gonna be. I'm not sure. We haven't gotten the speaker. I can tell you how many ladies are in the book. Okay. I'm not sure if all of them are going to be speaking, but we have a total. I think it's 25, between 21 and 25. So most of us will definitely be at the book launch, and it's going to be amazing. And this story, it says incredible women with incredible stories and how they overcame their challenges. So this is the book that's going to save some lives.
Okay.
All right then.
Okay, that sounds like a plan. So before we get off, we also want to share our platform as well, all of our social media. So Uno, you can start us off.
All right. So you can find us on Facebook. Go to Chit Chat Chew Show, LLC. Make sure you follow us on Facebook. We also have a Facebook group, which is Chit Chat Chew Radio Show. Make sure you request to be in our group, and we will add you to our group. Thanks for supporting our Facebook pages. We also have Instagram, Chit Chat Chew Show. Make sure you follow us on Instagram. We also have a Twitter at chit_chat_chew. Again, at chit_chat_chew. Make sure you follow us on Twitter. We tweet about our show, get the word out, support. We thank you so much. We also have a YouTube channel. So make sure you subscribe, Chit Chat Chew Show. Hit the bell for notifications to get some updates on what we have going on with our show. And also drop comments too. We appreciate those as well. We have a Vimeo. So that's Chit Chat Chew Show. Follow us on Vimeo. We also have a SoundCloud. So everything is updated on our YouTube as well as our SoundCloud. At Chit Chat Chew Show SoundCloud. Follow us on there. The past shows, the recent shows. So that's from SoundCloud to YouTube to Vimeo. Everything's updated, so make sure you check out our shows. And I'll let Jade carry away with everything else, the website, the Be Authentic, and Lotus Month.
Okay, guys. So if you want to visit our website, please go to www.chitchatchewshow.com. Again, that's www.chitchatchewshow.com. It shows you all of our former guests, including this show will be on there. It's just going to have everything. We have a donation, but we have a donate button if you're interested in donating. We also have a guest list that you can sign on for anything that's upcoming that we're going to do. We have, I believe, our soaps, if I'm right, correct?
Yeah.
We have our soaps on there.
Yeah.
We're in the process of starting, of increasing, or just watch out for soaps to come, more soaps to come. But the soaps that we do have right now is, what is it called? I forgot the name of our soap just that fast.
Wow,
we do. Swirls. We have a vegan soap called Swirls. It has a lot of good essential oils, cocoa butter, shea butter, you name it. It has a lot of good. It's good for the skin. It smells good. We have 2 sizes, a large bar and a small bar as well. Prices are on there, so please go on there and check us out with that. Also, our Facebook, we have a LGBTQ Facebook for our community, and allies are definitely welcome. You can go on our Facebook page for that. You look it up under Lotus Monk, or excuse me, let me try that again. Lotus Monk Biz, excuse me. Lotus Monk Biz, you can look us up with our Facebook with that. Also, we have a Be Authentic page with it, which is a clothing line. We're starting with the t-shirts and building our way up with other accessories. So you can go to our Facebook page with that. It's at Be Authentic Products. We also have you did the Instagram for Chit Chat Chew already?
I just did that.
We have a Instagram for Be Authentic. Which that is Be Authentic Products. Am I right? Or you can go to
it's Be Authentic
underscore products. Excuse me.
I think that's what it is.
Be Authentic underscore products on our Instagram, and we're going to be sure about that. But I'm going to move forward with where is that? Yes. So B, just the B, not the BE, but just the Be Authentic underscore products. You can go to Twitter for, again, our Lotus Monk. We have an LGBTQ on our Twitter page for our community, and it's at Lotus Monk Projects or Lotus Projects.
Lotus Projects.
Lotus Projects. I think I said pretty much those. Okay.
Stevie, you still there, Stevie?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Just want to make sure. So, if you are interested in being a guest on our podcast, my fault. If you're interested in being a guest on our Chit Chat Chew Show podcast, definitely hit us up. Our business email is chitchatchew_show@yahoo.com. Again, let me spell it out for you because some people may have a little spelling problem. And I don't mean that in a funny way. I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm being real. CHITCHEW_show SHOW@yahoo.com. Let us know. We're always open to listen. Not everybody gets on the show. It's nothing personal. This is business. So if you're interested, small businesses, large corporation, if you're a liaison, an advocate, whatever entrepreneur that you are and you're interested in getting your business out there, definitely email us. That includes artists, whether you are a musician, spoken word.
I can touch on that.
Any of that, you can definitely hit us up.
Absolutely.
Uno's going to let you know more as far as on the artist music side.
Absolutely. So if you're an artist, whether you're a rapper, singer, spoken word artist, you could be a rock artist, whatever kind of musical artist you are, send your music to chitchatchew_show@yahoo.com. We have a certain criteria with the music that we're looking for. So it has to fit into the lines that we feel that we can appreciate. So if you have something that's, that has good content, whether that's, a good story within the song, it could be conscious, it could be real, it can have some truth, it could be creative, it could be, it could be whatever it may be.
It's whatever.
If it has a positive vibe to it, that's something that we want to play, because we're not going to play anything. We have enough platforms for that. Go there with that mess. We want to hear something different because we want what we talk about. We want that frequency and that music to match. We want it to be on the same frequency. So we have a pretty much an outline of our show, of how we want things done. So if it fits along those lines, it could be all the above or one or the other. Feel free to send and we'll listen. I'll definitely check it out. But if I like it 9 times out of 10, Jay gonna like it anyway. So that's it.
So again, we thank Stevie for coming on, taking her time out to let us know about her on a personal and a business level. And we thank Judy for listening.
Thank you, Judy. Appreciate you.
And we also thank you in advance for those who are going to listen to the replay. Make sure you take some notes when you listen to the replay. It's a lot of wealth that was shared on here this evening. Definitely check Stevie out and all of her social media. And it's more wealth on the podcast and on her website and everything. So make sure support. So on that note, enjoy the rest of your weekend and your week. Mm-hmm. Love yourself, know your self-worth, know your self-love, know your self-respect, and be good to yourself, people.
Self-care. That's first.
Absolutely. So peace, love, and hair grease.
See you, Stevie.
See you, Stevie.
Bye. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye. Thank you, Judy. Bye.